Aloha, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Matt's Facebook Live. My name is Deanne, and this is Joe. I think many of you have met him, and if you haven't, this is my partner Joe. He's actually helping me out today. He's letting me use his setup, and so for those of you who are curious, Dr. Matt's in Italy right now. He's actually transitioning between cities and he had some technical difficulties. So last minute, I'm jumping on, covering for him on his Facebook Live, and Joe's just here helping me out, and he's making sure my tech is good to go. So for those of you that are on here, aloha. If I've met you before, hello again. And if you're new, my name is Deanne, and I'm one of the trainers at the Empowerment Partnership, or Empowerment Inc. That was our name for a really long time. So it's unconscious. We are Empowerment Inc. and I've been training for about 4 years now. I teach at a training we have in Hawaii called HUNA. And what I really wanted to talk about today and share with you guys is taking action. Taking action and how NLP can help you with taking action. I just taught at a practitioner training in Phoenix this past weekend, and it was interesting because I hadn't taught a practitioner training since December. We had an amazing group of people. If any of you that are logging on or watching this recording and you were there, you could probably attest to the synergy of the group. So many people were so thankful. We had amazing energy with this large group. And this Facebook Live today is inspired by one of the students at that training. Her name is Jennifer. And Jennifer came up to me on day 4 in the morning because the night before they practiced a technique called chaining anchors. And chaining anchors is really about creating movement, creating energy. How we use it in exercise is to help people get from a stuck state, such as procrastination, to motivation by getting into your deeper level programming and using a tool called anchoring. And Jennifer came up to me on day 4 and she said, Deanne, you guys really got to do a warning label on this, because what ended up happening is Jennifer, she lives in Scottsdale, and we were having our training in downtown Phoenix. It's about a 15-minute drive between her home and the training. And her husband, he's so sweet, he'll drop her off in the morning and he'll pick her up in the evening. And so Friday or Saturday evening, he picked her up, they went to dinner, and they got home really late, like 10 something in the evening. And she said she got home and she saw a bunch of boxes and packaging off to the side. And you know, in a world where we live on Amazon Prime, there was some packaging, and she said, hey, who did that? And her husband jokingly said, oh, that's the dog. And even though it's late at night, Jennifer says usually she'll come home and she'll see her home and there'll be a mess somewhere in her home, but she won't clean it. She said, usually I would have just gone to sleep. I wouldn't even save it until tomorrow. She said, I would save it until the next week to clean up. And she said she felt this compulsion in her body to clean. So she started to clean up the packaging. She started to clean up the kitchen. She started putting things away and organizing things. She started to do the dishes. She was wiping down cabinets. And she said it's as if she was watching herself, because her body just took over. She was displaying the behavior of being motivated to clean. And it's as if she was going like, what are you doing? This is something usually that we don't do. And her husband, who had gone to bed, was kind of thinking like, what is she doing out there? Why isn't she in bed yet? Until the next day, he woke up and he saw everything that she cleaned, and he was like, what happened? Like, who are you? What did you do to my wife? And he said to her, he's like, you need to teach me how to do this. Because on the way to the training on Sunday morning, he even said to her, he said, okay, before we leave, do we need to like clean up the pool or something? This was such a change in her behavior. And so Jennifer's story is just a reminder of how powerful the tools and techniques of NLP are, because many of us, when there's something that we want, when we have a goal, when there's something that we want to do, when we have a to-do list and we have to do it, sometimes we are left in a state of inaction, and we are one tool away from asking our unconscious mind to take over and just follow the energy and follow the movement and to create movement so that we just get things done, that the action is complete. What's really fascinating is if you already know this tool, chaining anchors, practice it, get really good at it. And if you don't know the tool and you're new to NLP, you can actually log into www.empowermentsuccess.com. We have a 7-day free trial of all of our content with MP3s, recordings of trainings, and somewhere in there in an NLP course, look for the segment of chaining anchors and you can learn how to do this. And another thing I wanted to add about chaining anchors is it really works with our strategies, because at the deepest unconscious level of our programming, we're just programming or reprogramming or changing our strategies, because strategies are how we do things. Another thing that I was thinking about for some advanced students or some people who've already learned NLP, maybe you've already taken HUNA, because a lot of the people that watch these videos or these Facebook Lives are students who have taken many of our trainings. You can also use chaining anchors with manifesting. Manifesting is a buzzword on social media right now. A lot of people talk about the word manifesting. And one of the tips or one of the techniques of manifesting is being the energy of the result that you want when it's complete. For example, if your goal is to make more money, embodying the feeling completely of when you've made that amount of money that you set a goal for. If you want to be in a relationship, what does it completely feel like when you're with that person that you want to be with, whether it's the one or whether it's that person that you're seeking? Who will you be when you meet that person, and embodying that feeling completely? See, if the outer environment is a reflection of the inner environment, the only reason why you don't have what you want outside of you is because you're not being the energy inside of you. So you can actually use chaining anchors to automatically get you into that state. So whether you want to feel prosperous and abundant, if you're feeling kind of, you have maybe poverty thoughts, or maybe you feel like you don't have enough or you're struggling, do a chaining anchors from that state to having prosperity and having abundance. If you feel like dating is difficult or you're unsure whether you're going to find the right person, do a chaining anchors from that state to feeling loved by your partner completely and telling yourself maybe, wow, like this is the person for me. I feel so good in my relationship. Or even with physical health. If you're looking in the mirror and you don't feel so good about yourself, do a chaining anchors from that state to looking at yourself in the mirror, whether you're in a bikini, you have your shirt off, or whether you just want to feel congruent in your body, you want to love your body, do a chaining anchors to those states. You're one technique away from reprogramming yourself. And if you are comfortable doing the chaining anchors technique on yourself, do so. If you need some assistance, go on our alumni group. There are plenty of people that will hop on Zoom with you, or maybe somebody local in your city that you can meet up with and practice these techniques. So this is just a reminder that NLP can help you in taking action. There's taking action and then also utilizing all your tools and techniques to assist you along the way. And so I hope you guys got a great dose of your NLP knowledge today. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Aloha and ahui ho. I'll see you guys soon.